Hey, I'm Kev Hillman. Welcome back to MXGP Pro as Kev Hillman is once again dancing in the wet. This time in Argentina on a slightly different course than Indonesia. It's not as tight and twisty. It's a bit more wide over, particularly this front section with all the jumps. Massive jumps as well, look at that. 3 in a row. And then it does get a bit tighter in the middle section. After these jumps, going downhill. This is a bit more wide open, I remember. Bit rare to see that in these editions. Seeing a track more wide open, normally it's been a bit tighter. But we're using the same setup from Indonesia's Hillman. He found that could work in the end, and around a course such as this where he's been very good in the past, he'll be looking to get top 5s in both races. But all this corner's a bit different, remember. We've got this middle section, that's very different from what we remember, nowhere near as treacherous. We're coming into the last part of that. Looks like Hillman's set for a good lap time. Let's go into the final corner. It's a 38.7. We don't need any more qualifying. So in qualifying, after just one lap, Hillman's at the top for the first time in his return to MX2 ahead of Siwa. You've got the Owners, Hunter Lawrence on the Suzuki and the Yamaha. In 5th of Patra ahead of Olsen. 5 different manufacturers in the top 6. We've got Bogas in 7th, Covington 8th, Garcia 9th, and Leiber rounding out the top 10 with the Japanese rider at the back. So fantastic qualifying session. First place, earning those credits and getting that fame as well. Now let's head to race 1. So we get a 250 negative fame decrease from skipping the qualifying race. We're going to get nowhere, are we, with the fame? So there's Hillman revving up on the outside as we get underway for 30 minutes plus 2 laps. And as you can see, it's dry as Jonas gets the whole shot. But for Hillman, who's definitely got pace around it, he's already into the top 5. We're going to jump over Siwa now. Down with the likes of Olsen as well. And for Hillman, he's launched into the lead as he down the inside of Jonas from last to first after just a couple of corners. What a start for the Macau rider. Back in his rightful place at the front. And in Argentina, in dry condition, well, it's a wet track, but it's sunny overhead. But Jonas takes back the lead. Still got Olsen right in our tail on this opening lap. Oh, and Olsen just pushes Hillman wide into Jonas. And Hillman just blocking off Olsen. Oh, Olsen pushes him wide again. What an absolute dick this man is, as Hillman's apparently ahead of Hillman. As he goes through the right hand, a massive jump. No, he's down. On the opening lap, he gets underway in 6th though, so he has not dropped back too far, but that's the jump we really got to watch out for. As he goes down the inside of Bogas, into 5th, cases that jump slightly, tries to get past Siwa as he heads towards first corner on the first proper lap. As you can see, you've got the KTM twins in front and Hillman's been taken out. What the hell? Slightly tapped the back of, I think, Garcia, and he got dropped. So he's down to 9 and he's been crashed again. What is going on? He landed like that on the opening lap and in qualifying in pouring rain, and now he's been asked to reset by the stewards. So Hillman led, but now it's just gone totally wrong in the next lap. As he's down to 30, he's got some catching up to do. But you know he's got the pace around it and he's taken out the Frenchman accidentally. But it looks like Hillman on the edge of the top 10 now. He knows to be on the inside of corners as well. Don't let anybody push him off that line. It's slippery line as well. You can see it's dry off track. Not sure you want that as you got Jonas apparently in front. That can't be right. And that's the jump where he's got to be a bit slower now. Can nail the next jump though. He can nail 10th as well, has he? As he go into the last couple corners. Oh, a bit wide in the right hander. Down the inside into the left. And then see up to 9th for Hillman. So the comeback is on. As a couple of others just go wide for him as well. So he's up to 7th. On the back of the Yamaha in front. Taking barely any speed over that jump. So go get some scrub on. The rare scrub from Hillman. As he goes down the inside for 5th, is he? You can see the top 4 still right in front. What the hell? How is he down? Oh, he's gone down 3 times, 4 times he's been off track, but he's still in 7th. Shows you his pace around here from Hillman. But still, it's very early in the race. You can't afford to be making these mistakes for the whole of this 30-minute race. It's less than 5 minutes old. He's going down every minute in the moment. Definitely can't be doing that for the whole of the race. He goes through the left hand and through the right. Gap still to Jonas in front. It's a bit interesting. So you go, carrying much less speed over that jump. And through the left, and through the right. Let's see if Hillman can survive the next lap. Just upright. Then see he's right on the back of the top 4 now in 5th. Doesn't need to be pushing too hard. Does the fast lap 36.9. That's even with a full. So you probably even do 35s, Hillman. That's how quick he is. That's how much quick he is than everyone else as well. As he's up to 4. Over the massive jump. A bit off with that landing. But still. Didn't ask to pick up the bike this time around. I do love this section going downhill. Over this whoops section as well. Got to be very careful as well over that massive jump as well. Very easy to overshoot. As he got Jonas, Olsen, Garcia in front. And I think Hillman's actually gone at that without crashing now. A miracle has happened. And he's definitely sticking in the real track, so everyone in front. You can see that everyone's on this wet line, the wet tyres. No one to go offline. It's very weird riding with a wet track. Enjoy weathers. He's past Garcia. Up into the podium places for Hillman. Got Olsen wide in front. It's a good friend Olsen as well. And Olsen has taken him out. Told you, very good friends, Hillman and Olsen. You know, they hang out after races. Hillman doesn't at all try and ditch Olsen in toilets and then lock the door or anything. You know, they just get on like a house on fire. Last time a house was on fire after they actually met out of the races, but we won't talk about that. I know we do have 22 minutes left, we might have to. But for Hillman, he's been down 5 times. There, here he is, in 4th, still right in the wheel tracks of the leaders. Don't know why the stewards turned him to pick the bike up there. He's on the edge of the track. Is he next to the inside for third, for second? Oh, Olsen pushing him back. Hillman giving him the nudge in the hairpin. That's for the opening that. Remember that, mate. Not making the move though. Maybe into the left. He's in front of Olsen. He's got to do this to catch up to Jonas. Look, he's trying to make a break in the lead. We saw him do that in Indonesia in that second race. Oh, I thought Hillman had overshot the jump there. I got away with it. Oh, a bit wide there. And into the right. Olsen just pushes him back. Hillman holds on though in the final corner. Does a 1 minute 40. But still, he's around a couple of seconds off the lead as we approach. 20 minutes to go for Hillman as he finally cleared Olsen. That's pretty big for the race because then that's one less obstacle that can take him out. Of course, he's still got himself and everything else on the track. First Jonas in front. But Jonas seems to be a bit fairer fighter than that Finn rider. Oh, and he's been told to pick it up again in that corner. What the hell? The officials just hate him in that corner. As he takes back second from Olsen. So mate, that's 6 now. And the race is 9 minutes old. Absolutely ridiculous. Might be set for 20 at the moment. 20 offs for Hillman in crashes. That's how you nail that jump. That's much better. Through to the left. Trying to carry the speed. Just not working as the gap. That is good information on the left hand side. That is not at all glitched. Okay, I haven't seen that in previous races either. As we go through the left hand, got to be careful not to carry too much speed, and then through the right. Into the right again. Looks like Olsen's not close enough to do a dive. As you are a third away through the race, back into the 38s for Hillman. That's more like it. That's more on the pace of Jonas in front. As what the hell happened to him in front? Is he feeling alright, Jonas in front? As he's actually got someone chasing him down. He's not used to that this season. He's used to leading or be battling for a podium. He's not used to leading and then having someone battle with him. I know we're only in the 5th race of the season. Here goes Hillman down the inside. Oh, he's down! Well, the good thing is he did slow down Jonas with his crash. His bike just stopped right in front of the Latvian. So that's 7. Fools, if you're losing count. Still set for 20. New record. I'm sure that's what Hillman was aiming for this race. No, not the 25 points for the win and grabbing his first win back in MX2. Going for those 20 crashes. Of course, that's the main aim. You go over the jump. You can see Hillman's just 3/10 ahead of Hillman. So at least he's beating himself. As we go over this tabletop section. Oh, a bit wide in the left, carrying too much speed. And then through the right, apparently a bit cautious into that right. Into the final right. You can see, you just follow the water, follow those wheel tracks. That's where the grip seems to be this race. And that seems to be Jonas's as well. Look at it, just kicking up the dirt in Hillman's face. He has a nickel look down the inside to the left. No, he's setting up for the right, is he? Goes slightly offline. Just can't carry the speed offline. Massive jump. Looks like he's taking the lead though. Got the run down the inside of Jonas. Through the right. Flip off that official on the inside. All of those resets having to pick up his bike. And for Kev Hillman, he's now officially leading. the first time, well, second time proper. Of course, first time was earlier in this race. Now let's see if we can keep it upright for the remaining 17 minutes. As all the owners fancy a little look down the inside. We want to have a bit of a battle here. How's that feeling? It's not giving up easy, of course you don't expect that. One of the favourites for the title. Not Hillman, Jonas I mean. The scoring has finally fixed itself in Excite. Let's go over the right and over the tabletops. Okay, a bit less speed into the left. There may be a bit more speed than that though. Almost came to a standstill. Oh, Jonas almost into punting territory. Not quite ulcering though. As Hillman leads, going on to. I knew that for the first time as well in his return. As he likes that left-hander. Be interested to see if this track does dry up a bit, if it stays this wet in the second half of the race. Hasn't really dried up at all, has it? Hasn't really felt like it's rutted either for Hillman. It's a bit disappointing. Would have been more dynamic changes. But then that's something we didn't really feel in Qatar either. It was really no change in the surface, it felt like. Which is pretty disappointing. As you saw, Hillman was doing his fastest outside the end of the race. Same in Indonesia. So we'll see if we feel a bit more of a difference here in Argentina, but so far it's just been the same conditions since the gates have dropped. It's all a bit wide from Hillman. Hangs on though. As we go for the long right-hander. Then remember not to accelerate just when you want to accelerate. There we go, a bit more speed over the left. Leads a bit better into the right. Into this jump into the hairpin. At the end of the lap. Kind of really cooling through there though. And we're slotting into the 38. So that early 36. Get back into it. Over some early falls as we're into the second half of the race now. But apart from that, it's been 38 City. And that's probably going to be where we're going to be occupying for the rest of this race. Hillman with a nice scrub there. You can't really do it over that next jump though. That's a bit more shallow, that jump. Bit higher landing spot as well. The gradients. That's what's fantastic about this circuit, the undulations you have to deal with. Not as tight and twisty as previous editions though, which is pretty interesting. We've still got kind of the one line you got to follow around it. And oh, has he made it? Yeah, he made that jump. That was not the best left hand on the exit. And a bit wide for the right. Oh, just when he wants to accelerate. Has to slow down and get down to third. This could be actually close to 36. Just as I say, he's setting into 38 City. Just feels like he's been a bit quicker this lap as Hillman. Actually sets a new fastest at 35.6. Well, he definitely wants to get away now in case he has an incident. That is one way to do it. What a way to start the second half of the race. As we could start to get a bit lonely for Hillman, but for the right reasons this time. Like in Indonesia where he just stuck in the pack. By the time he got through, he stuck battling for a top 5 or for 16th. This time around it's because he's leading and just pulling away from everyone else. Just the class of the field. Definitely seems like those suspension changes, or gearing changes should I say, have worked. Haven't really changed anything else on the suspension. Just kept the settings we had in Qatar. Seem to be working well around everywhere else. Making that suspension slightly softer. But also giving a bit more ride height as well. Particularly in these wet conditions, that should be helping out. Around undulating circuits such as this in Argentina. As you can see, we're going up and down hills all the time. Going to particularly see that with the Italian circuits later in the season as well. Very undulating, and Lockett in the Czech Republic. And I was about to say Matterley Basin, but that's where World Cup of Nations is being held. Or the Motocross of Nations, should I say. So we won't actually see it on the World Championship calendar. But you never know. Hillman gets called up by... Well, it won't be Macau, would it? Might have just changed nationalities just for that one event. Might have to join Britain for that one. Let's go over these jumps. It is really surprising how wide open this circuit is though compared to previous versions. It's not as challenging, it feels like now. Says the rider that fell almost 10 times already in this race, but now he's in the lead, now he's by himself. He seems to be very comfortable, Hillman, round here. No real issues at all, as you can see, chasing pack of Jonas way back as we go over that jump. And maybe the wet's not too bad at all. It's all a bit wide there for the right. We just cut it off as well on the exit. When he carried no speed over that first jump, so that was pointless doing it that way. It's all a bit wide through the right. And a bit all over the place, that Hillman. He used to calm it down slightly as he had to use a bit of that rear brake to get around that hairpin. But still, it's a 37. That's still quickest in the field, I imagine. Everyone else is doing 38. Hillman's on an MXGP bike compared to everyone else. To go through the right-hander with just a third of the race to go. What a dream this race has been for Hillman. Fastest in qualifying. Didn't take place in the qualifying race though. But then in the race, from last to first, after just the first section, we're running into some troubles. And that's one aspect of his riding's really got to cut out. He's maybe got used to it in America, trying to get away with it in Supercross, where falling can be quite natural at times, especially at the beginning of races. But in MXGP, bit less so. Less likely to get away with falling, as we've already seen so far this season, but in this race he has. Does it go over the right-hander? Go over the tabletops, all a bit wide in the left. But then you've got this cracking right-hander. Just massive jump, and again you've got to just balance your speed and commitment over that jump, otherwise you'd be going wide and you'd be in a world of pain. So we're back into the 36, he's using a bit of the batter as well to land that. So we're interested to see what happens in the second race then, if Hillman can keep this up. Or if all the other teams have maybe learnt something from this first race and closed that gap slightly. Let's the crowd go wild over the jumps. Good support here in Argentina. People hiding in the woods. Oh, you see at Spa. That's all, Hillman's down. But for once, he probably doesn't care. And he is approaching double figures. I believe that's the 8th fall now, or incident. So, almost there. Playing that drinking game. I think Oliver is just about surviving. Let's go over the jump. Into that right-hander. Trying to do the jump. Oh, just about getting away with it, Hillman. Crowds love it. Hillman probably not. Doesn't think he'd attempt that again. Just that one massive jump at the beginning of that where you can maybe get away with a scrub. Everywhere else, not quite. Let's go over the table nicely into left and right. And into the hairpin, not really carrying enough speed out of there. So that time drops into the 38s despite that fall as well. So it'll probably be in the 36s. You didn't have that fall. But it does only cost like a couple of seconds. And quickly pick up those bikes. Good to see we still got stewards either side standing on tables around it, which is a bit weird. But we also had the camera people as well, which is a bit better. Nice scrub for the crowd, for the fans, whipping it good. Hillman. Go through the right hander with, so around 5 laps to go. That's how quickly he does it. 37. Actually might be 6 laps to go. So we've got back markers in front. Hillman's got to keep it wake now. These are people he's normally been battling with in race ones. And then in easier because now he's going to be lapping them. Bit of a strange experience for him and for these riders. Might be thinking he's battling for a position. So he's got to watch out for this. We can keep clear of them and get past them cleanly. But if he doesn't, give the onus a sniff. They bite your hand off. So I don't want to be doing that. And letting that fit back into this race. So we're into the hairpin. Nicely through the right. You can hear them having to blip that throttle. So we're going round the outside. Lapping last place, is he? Ooh, just about through the left. That's a bit closer than he would have liked. As we've got just over 5 minutes remaining. So we'll see how many riders he gets to that then. It's going to be at the tail end out as well there. Bit more of a whip over the jump. Let's go downhill through the whip section. Down the inside of 21st. That's where that's the only position he's finished in these first races so far, first motos. Should be saying. Let's see how far up the field then he can lap. So he's up to 21st. Got 20th right in front. Imagine he won't take long to get past them. And then 19th right in front of 20th. They are pretty close down there at the back of the field. There's all. Where are you going, Hillman? Got the power good though over the tabletops. Oh, a bit too good there, a bit wide in the left. That's not bad into the right. Oh no, that's poor. No, Hillman, get back on the track. What are you doing? There you go. Finally pushed his bike where it belongs. That's a 43. That's an awful that. That could have allowed Jonas back into it. 3.5 minutes remaining. Don't want to be doing that again. Then being a bit careless there, Hillman. So that's 9 now, incidents he's had. One more. Been double figures again, keep the streak up. They've been in every race. So going nice scrub. Over the jump down the inside. Oh, there we go. So even in a race where he's kind of dominated pace-wise, still in double figures for incidents. So that is one downside from Hillman this whole race. Just a couple of them very silly. One of them because the official's just angry, it seems like. Through that right-hander. Just got a bit of a grudge with Hillman. Obviously last time he was here, maybe treated that official badly. Who knows? Oh, he just hates Hillman. You know, it happens. Saw that in Supercross quite a lot. Especially in that 450 class. Where is he? Back on the tail end of 20th then, so we're almost exactly where we were a lap ago then. Trying to lap 20th. Not going too deep into the right-hander. Going through the final couple corners back into the 38s as well. That's better. Once again having an outbreak on the outside of that left first corner, that left-hander. Very tricky. There you go, nice bounce in the throttle for the right-hander. That really does demonstrate the rider's skill as he almost crashed there on the landing. Just about got away with it. Then downhill through the left. Saw a move there. Do another lap in. Around the outside of the 56. Take no prisoners, Hillman. Then there's a bit of a gap in front for, I believe, 18th. So you might not lap up to there then. So there's a few riders on the old lap list. So we've got 3 laps to go for Hillman, and he's got a massive lead, I'm guessing, ahead of the owners. He's got to get through that traffic as well. So apart from that one incident, lapping traffic's not been too bad. Getting through the back markers. Go through the right-hander, crawling through the right-hander. Not sure Hillman can hold up for 25 seconds to make sure it's only 2 laps remaining. But you'd see back into the 36 as well in that lap. That's more like it. Massive jump. Look at how... hear those cheers from the crowd. They're loving it. They might also all be drunk now. I mean, it is 30 minutes into the race. We've all had a few beers. Or they're just enjoying Hillman being right up there again. I have a good fan base here in Argentina, you never know. It was very good round here in the past. No, it's to MXGP. Good downhill. Into the jump. Oh, bit wide, Hillman. And he's down. He's just cooling off, you know, in the puddle. As you do. There's officially 3 laps to go. And he was actually catching next to that traffic, but now might have to put that off for another lap as they're just going through the left-hander. Might be able to see them. There you go. Over the jump on the right hand side, so around 6 seconds back. They might catch him by the end as he does a 39 once again using that barrier. That's a little trick he's learned as well this race. Use that barrier. Landing to go through the first corner. A bit wide for the right hander again. And the track really has not evolved at all this race. It just feels the same as they did on the opening lap for Hillman, which is very disappointing. We'd expected more evolution, more change. And all that time the official didn't mind Hillman doing his old line there. Maybe he's drunk as well at the end of these races. I thought it might take a while to catch the rider in front, obviously for Hillman. He's on a bit of a mission this lap. Definitely is. So it's only taken him half a lap compared to the whole lap that we thought. Obviously loving it this lap. As we go through the left and past the right, you can see the crowd so up close there through that section. Wonderful to see as that's a bit sideways, Hillman. He is starting to show off a bit at the end of this race. Obviously something you definitely learn in Supercross in America. How to show off, be a bit of a show person, show rider. Not quite Travis Pastrana, but pretty showboaty as he does a fast at 35.2 in the penultimate lap. That just shows the lack of evolution as well on this track. So maybe a 34 is possible. Let's see if Hillman can do that on this final lap. Go over the jump. Got a couple of riders to lap in front. Go through the right-hander landing. Over the jump. Oh, a bit slow there, Hillman. That rider got in front a bit there. But still, that's another lapped rider. He's got a couple of riders in front as well to chase down. Maybe before the end of this race. He's got half a lap to go. Very unlikely. He goes for the left, for the right for the final time. And there, just when you want to accelerate, you get that little jump. As we go into the final section. And this final lap, what a ride from Hillman. It was a bit up and down in the beginning, but it's been mostly up since then. And then this final lap, he will not quite get that 34, but it's a 36. And it's 25 points and his first victory back. So after 21 laps, Hillman wins by 26.6 ahead of the owners, who finished around 31 seconds ahead of Hillman, didn't he, in the last race in Indonesia. Almost a role reversal here between the pair time-wise, with Olsen in third, ahead of Garcia, Covington in fifth, two Asfanas, two KTMs in the top five, but beaten by that Kawasaki. With Ciro in sixth, Patrick 7th, Bogus 8th, Lawrence 9th, Leiber in 10th ahead of Bernardini. And then we've got the Dutchman in 12th ahead of Ben Watson. And scrolling right to the back, it is Rubini. I should say. And a good old favourite Petrov as well we see down here in 18th as well in his Kawasaki. And then we've got the American, the next best Kawasaki in 14th. So 25 points for Hillman. First of hopefully many, as he tries to drag himself into that top 10 at first, then the top 5, then the title race. What a fantastic race. Whole shot not achieved, but everything else definitely was. And look at that fame increase. It's like we didn't miss the qualifying race at all. Let's see how he does in the second race next time out. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.